The echo of boots on concrete shattered the tense silence of Fort Brenton's training field. Cadet Elena Ward didn't see the hit coming, the back of a gloved hand striking her temple with a brutal crack. She staggered, one knee hitting the ground. The world tilted. Around her, the other recruits froze, unsure if they just witnessed an accident or a deliberate act. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I love knowing who's listening. Sergeant Cole stood over her, chest heaving, his jaw clenched as if he'd done nothing wrong. You call that discipline? He barked, but his voice trembled, not from anger, but from the sudden realization that he'd crossed a line no soldier should ever cross. The air was thick still, the kind that made every breath feel like a secret you shouldn't tell. Elena slowly rose, blood trickling down her cheek, her eyes steady, not with hatred, but with quiet defiance. The others watched her, torn between fear of their sergeant and guilt for their silence. One recruit, Thomas, shifted his weight, his voice barely above a whisper. Sir. That's enough. The look Cole gave him could have frozen the dessert, but inside, Elena wasn't angry. She was tired. Tired of being underestimated because she was smaller, quieter. And as Cole once muttered when he thought no one heard, too gentle for the field. What he didn't know was that she'd already seen more than most soldiers twice her age. She had served as a combat medic before being reassigned here, stripped of rank for refusing to abandon a wounded civilian, and that defiance. It was still in her eyes. She stood at attention. Permission to leave the field, Sergeant. Cole sneered. Denied. She didn't move. Didn't blink. And in that stillness, something shifted. The base sirens wailed. Then, through the dust-choked wind, a convoy appeared. 3 black vehicles rolled in, tires crunching against gravel. The recruits turned, whispers rippling through the formation. What's happening? Is it inspection? Why are there generals here? 3 men stepped out, full generals, their stars glinting like judgment in the sun. One of them, General Armitage, a man whose face carried the calm of storms long survived, strode directly toward Cole. No one had called them. No warning. No schedule. Sergeant Cole. Armitage's voice was even, but his eyes burned cold. Step aside. Cole stiffened. Sir, now. The silence was suffocating. A crow somewhere cried out, then vanished into the sky. Elena stood motionless, blood drying on her face. Armitage looked at her, not with pity, but with recognition. Cadet Ward, he said quietly. I read your file. You're not supposed to be here. The recruits exchanged glances. Not supposed to be here? Armitage turned to the group. What happened today is a disgrace to the uniform. This base, this culture of silence ends now. And with a simple nod, he gave an order that would echo across the military for months. Fort Brenton is hereby shut down. Effective immediately. Gasps broke out. Cole's face drained of color. He tried to protest, but 2 MPs moved in, their boots hitting the ground in perfect rhythm. The same rhythm that once echoed discipline, now carried justice. Elena felt her knees tremble, not from fear, but from release. The recruits gathered around her, some apologizing, some just standing quietly, ashamed of their earlier silence. The wind carried away the last of the dust, revealing the morning sun, soft, golden, unbroken. General Armitage paused beside her before leaving. You did the right thing once, Ward, he said. Never stop doing it, no matter who stands in your way. And for the first time in months, Elena smiled. A small, tired smile, but real, because sometimes justice doesn't roar. It walks in silence, wearing stars on its shoulders, because kindness doesn't vanish. It waits. And it finds its way back, the same field that had once been. Filled with cruelty, now held only the echoes of courage. Proof that even the smallest act of defiance can shake the walls of power. If this story moved you, tell me what you would have done in Elena's place. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories that remind us, strength isn't in the strike. It's in the stand.